I am making a short video on how to measure your front and rear barrels on a 3-piece wheel. You can apply the same process to a 2-piece wheel, even a 1-piece wheel, but the 1-piece gets tricky. Here we go. This one is a 26-inch rim diameter. I believe it's an Asanti wheel, 3-piece. So the 3 pieces, 1 is the face, 2 is the front barrel, and 3 is the rear barrel. This makes it a 3-piece wheel. 1, 2, 3. Now when it's a 2-piece wheel, this would all be chrome and you won't have this silicone center seal. So this will be a 1-piece and a 2-piece if it would be a 2-piece wheel. So the dimensions are going to be as follows. This is a 26, that's your first measurement. Then we need the by measurement. 26 is the rim size, and then you need the width. You have to do it accurately, tires got to be off, and you got to measure from this inside wall where the tire sits to the back inside wall where the tire sits. A lot of people measure it from the outside to outside, and that is, you're guesstimating. You could be wrong, and I don't suggest it. So go from the inside wall to the outside wall. This wheel is a 9.5 inch. Right where that 9.5 inch mark is, that's the width of the rim. 26 by 9.5. Now your front barrel is right at 3.5. Obviously we can't look under the silicone, but that's where the front lip ends, at the 3.5. So that makes your rear a 6 inch. So it works out by 9.5. If you write down on a piece of paper, 9.5 minus 3.0 is 6.5. So you have this one is a 26 3-inch lip with a 6.5 inch back lip. Once again, there goes your measurement. 26 9.5. The common ones are 26.9, 26.9.5, and 26.10, and there are wider. Another thing that you have to keep in mind when ordering a wheel, replacement barrel, which is why I'm making this video. I sell replacement barrels. Is the bolts. Now, when it comes to bolts, there are two that I know of. There are two denominations. One is a 40 hole and one is a 50 hole. And all you gotta do is start counting. So what I do is I either keep my finger where this first bolt is, or I just remember that the TPMS and that the valve stem is there. So then I count them so much that I usually just go count to halfway. So I would do 12 o'clock, start counting to 6 o'clock, and if I'm at 20, it's a 40 barrel. It's a 40 hole barrel, and if I count and it gets to 25, then it's automatically a 50 barrel. I can tell by experience as well that this should be a 50 barrel because of the gap in between these two nuts and bolts. So that's my guess, and I'm going to go ahead and confirm it now. I don't count that first one, and I just start counting. 1, 2. So here, I'm at the 12 o'clock. Trying to back out right here. So this is my hand. I counted 25 to here, and you see it's perfect. It's a perfect line. I'm at the halfway mark of the rim, so you don't have to count all of them because there is no 49, 48, 47. It's 50 or 40. Therefore, I counted halfway. At the halfway mark, I'm at 25. So this wheel is a 26 by 9.5, 50 hole. 26 by 9.5, 50 hole. Okay, part 2 of the video. I happen to find this wheel here. And this is a 3-piece Forgiato Maglia. And the reason for the barrel swap is right here. This wheel was bent pretty bad. Most customers choose to bend it back, straighten it out as best as possible. The problem with that is it will never be true round. The wheel will always be have some kind of vibration at a high speed, 30, 40 miles per hour and up. So here's another bend right here. Like I said, there are places that repair them. They get them pretty good, but it's nothing like having a true round barrel for no wobbling, no shaking, and no improper balancing. This one here is a Forgiato 2610 with a 7-inch lip, 40 hole. 26 by 10, 7-inch lip, 40 hole. And once again, if you look at the gap in between, they're more spread out compared to the Asanti 50 hole. So both of these are 6s. This Forgiato is a 40 hole. So again, I'll do the counting. I normally do it by the valve stem, and I don't count that one. It's 20, and just like I said, that's your 12 o'clock with the valve stem there. There's no need to count all the way around. If you like to count all the way around, and that's what you got to do, then that's what you got to do. But this is a 40 hole rim, 26 inch, and the bottom one is a 50 hole right there. Let me put them both together side by side so you can kind of tell the difference, like I said, with minimal effort. Here we go. 50 hole. So you got 50 nuts and bolts, and 40 hole. And I'm gonna try to get them both in the picture so you can see how this one has the holes way closer. You can kind of eyeball that, and then this one is farther apart. You can eyeball that. So when they're farther apart, it's a 40 hole. When they're closer together, it's a 50 hole. And this wheel here is the Forgiato 2610 7-inch lip. I'll show you the lip difference. So this vehicle, whatever vehicle this is going on, it's gonna have to be a shortened rear end, depending on what vehicle it is. But so this is what happens when you measure from the front, it's off a little bit. It's 6 and almost 7, but the proper way to measure this would be with the tire off, and with the tires off, this tape measurer would be slightly farther in, right at this seam, and then you can measure it. Trying to get the right angle. That'll be a 7-inch there. Pardon my wobbly hand, but I don't have any support. So that's 7-inch, which should make the back a 3-inch. Turn this around and show that. So obviously here is, you have to be in the right angle to be able to see that that's a 3-inch. Give me 1 second. So there is a 3-inch mark right there. The 3-inch mark is not going to be at the edge of the lip, at the edge of the wheel, out here, because it's got to be measured slightly in. So this is a 3-inch back here. And there you have it. If you got any questions or concerns, or you need any barrels, hit us up, therimplug.com, 708-776-3119. You can text that number or call it, 708-776-3119.